Hey guys, this is Buffy. We're in Leicester Square and we are at the premiere of Knights of the Damned. This is the first in a very exciting fantasy trilogy. We're going to be meeting the producer Ben Lloyd Holmes, also the director as well, Simon Wells, very exciting, and of course the cast and crew, and find out maybe some of the behind the scenes action that's been going on. So Ben Lloyd Holmes, not only are you the producer of this film, you also act in a pretty important role in this film as well. Yeah. Is that hard to do both roles?
It is very hard actually, but I'm very lucky that I've got some really supportive people behind us, like Simon, the director. Like, he really knows what he wants, which is good. So, you know, he also produces as well. So we sort of, between us and then our line producers, we work it all out, and then hopefully I don't have to do too much when I'm on set and I can just focus on wielding a sword.
Yeah. Well, this is a really like fun and magical world, and it's medieval, it's fantasy. Is this the type of world that you want to kind of draw people into?
Yeah, I think when you're doing something medieval and fantasy, you've got a lot more scope for things you can do.
Yeah.
And the fun thing about that is there are no rules.
Yeah.
So if you go, hey, like, why don't we put a dragon in this? You can put a dragon in it.
Yeah.
And that's kind of how we started. But I think now it's been a case of building the world and making it better and more exciting.
Now, of course, this is not the first film that you've produced before, so were there any new challenges that you came across doing a film like this?
This has been the biggest challenge by far. Well, I say this film was the biggest challenge, and now we've just filmed a sequel to it. We've literally just been filming it this last month, and that has now been the biggest challenge.
And of course, it's premiere night for the first film, very exciting. How does it feel for it to have all come together, and the fact that people are going to see it now as well? Like, everyone's going to watch the film.
Yeah, I think if I had hair, it would have gone totally great. The film's really fun, it rattles through, it's exciting, and I hope people enjoy it, because, you know, we've got a second one coming, so you have to enjoy this.
Yeah. So Simon Wells, you are the director of this film. Was it an exciting project for you?
Such an exciting project. It was so much bigger than my first film. We had dragons, we had zombies, we had mermaids, like everything we could throw into this film, we threw into it.
How do you take something like that from paper, just from a script, and really make it into such an amazing movie with so much detail as well?
I think the good thing about films nowadays is, like, you're only limited by your imagination. Like, so, you know, I sit there and I'm reading the script, and, you know, when you got a good writer, when you got a good script, the words fly off the page and into your brain, and you just come up with it, and they just set off all these electrodes, and you just go wild with all these great ideas. Like, what can I do? How can I make this insane? Like, can I have the dragon come and land on them, and then rocks fall over? And it was all about their journey as well. It was kind of like a road trip for these knights, for these warrior women, like a road trip journey through this mythical land.
And talking about warrior women as well, is it important for you to have that role in films?
I've always liked strong female characters in films. In my first film, it starred Atlanta Johnson, but when she was faced with adversity, you know, it showed her true character, and like it developed her character into a really strong, confident person. And I wanted to carry that through into the film I was doing now. It's got these brilliant warrior women at their own tribe. They are the sort of, it's a matriarchal tribe.
So Andrea, you have a fabulous part in the film, and you're a little bit of a hero.
It's great to have a mixture of like action and also strength. So I really enjoy all the fighting that she does, and she manages to do. I got to learn how to do fight with a bow and arrow, and also fight with a dagger. So lots of choreography, which was cool, and it brought a lot of drama into it. So I really enjoyed it. Yeah.
And the medieval world, it seems to be such a big thing at the moment, like across the whole world, really. It's really sort of a trending genre. So is it great to kind of be plunged into that world?
Yes, absolutely. I love the medieval world and fantasy world as well. So it kind of combines. This film combines both. So you've got zombies and you've got dragons.
So Mark, you play a villager, am I correct, in this film? So did you enjoy being a part of it?
Yeah, I did. Bryce, as Simon knows as well, Bryce is a very interesting character. I think he's a clumsy one in a group of people. It's quite interesting getting to know him, and obviously when I was reading the script, because everyone was doing these combat stuff, like, so I was going sword fighting lessons, I was taking horse riding lessons and all this kind of, and when I read the script I was like, actually, like, Bryce doesn't really fight that much, and when he does fight, he's rubbish. So I was like, great, like, I'm going to chill at home, eat pizzas and be lazy and not go gym. But no, I did go gym. I have to say that, because if my girlfriend's watching, then obviously, yeah. And I think Simon and Ben and all the guys behind it, I think they've really created something here. I think they've really created something cool, funky, and something different to the indie film world, and especially the UK.
Why do you think the medieval theme is so key at the moment? So many people are huge fans of it. What do you think the hype is all about?
I think just because women like man buns. So no, I'm joking. No, I think it's just different, because I kind of look into what people like, and for some reason people just like what they don't know. Like, if they know it, for some reason, they're like, oh, it's predictable, they expect it. But if it's something that you've never seen before, what's not on this planet or doesn't exist, it's exploring the imagination of people's mind as well. Not just, obviously, the production, but the makeup stylists. How they make something come alive that is, when you explain it to them, like, it could be anything. You could say, I want a monkey with a scorpion tail, and like, you know, we just created this. So it's like, it all depends. But these guys have really gone all out to deliver the best of that. So kudos to them, yeah.
Is that important for you that you're a bit of a role model out there, showing that, you know, you can be a powerful woman and you can be a fighter?
My sort of vision is to inspire people, or women in particular, to believe in themselves. For women to portray strong characters, I think is definitely important. And if you like have that vision and that dream and that goal, no one's going to give it to you. You have to go out there, you have to work hard, you have to do what it takes.
What were your favourite moments on set for both of the films?
So for the first film, there was lots of funny moments. It was great. I've worked with a few of the cast members before, Ben, right here. So that was great to kind of reunite and see these guys again. We had lots of fun moments in between takes, in between scenes. So the camaraderie and the friendship that you build on sets like this is amazing. Absolutely epic. We filmed in Wales, we filmed at like castles, different woods and forests, and you got to see the film, and I'm sure you will agree that the locations are absolutely stunning.
Was it exciting to be in that fantasy world?
I mean, as a girl, especially, you know, the clothes, that's one side of things, getting you in the character, definitely. But also just the way that I think we've kind of brought both worlds together. You've got the medieval world, but you do have the fantastical world of things. You do have the creatures. In the second film especially, you've got so many magical creatures coming in, scary creatures as well. So it's just quite exciting on the whole to be able to show that and see what the audience thinks.
Cool. So Silvio, you play Thomas in this film, so...
I play Thomas, yes, in the first part and the second part, but in the second part I'm a Fury as opposed to one of the knights, so it's been a very, very exciting journey, nice experience, so nice to be here tonight.
Yeah. Tell me your best moments on set.
Wow, do you know what? The nicest thing was I love the way we gel together as a team, as a group, so it's been the nicest experience.
Could you tell me more about your character as well?
So he's a chap who, well, he's a prince who I think is slightly bemused and alienated that his father is not passing on the kingdom to him. So I can't say too much, but if you can imagine that he's not best pleased with that situation.
Has it been fun being involved in such a crazy world as these films? They are amazing.
Yeah, it was exceptional. The last day that I shot was basically just a huge epic fight. So it was just so much fight. It's great for the abs. The fight team is amazing. The choreographers know their stuff. Like, everyone was on point. It was pretty sweet.
What about you? Did you get to do any fight scenes?
Yeah, I did use the sword for the first time in my life, which was an amazing opportunity.
And Jason, of course, you're a YouTube star as well. So has it been a bit different to go from, like, you know, filming your own stuff to being filmed by somebody else?
It's another world. It was definitely the amount of professionalism in this industry was crazy. Normally with YouTube, we just use one camera, one man, and, you know, we get the job done in one day, and it's done. Next day, you upload a video, and that's it. But with this, it was a lot of production. It was great.
I bet you can't wait to see the second film now.
Can't wait.
He told me next year, same time, right now. So hopefully, yeah, I'm keep waiting.
And have you done this type of film before, like that kind of mystical world, the medieval world?
Fantasy. I've done a lot of kind of. I've played hitmen, I've played special forces, I've played policemen, detectives, but I've never played a hybrid. So the thing that attracted me was the fact that I'm playing something so far removed from who I am.
What was the biggest challenge about that? Because obviously there's a lot of mystical creatures as well in these films that maybe don't exist in real life. So did that kind of affect how you approach the role at all?
Although my character's very articulate and he's very calculated, and he has a few agendas.